What is up, guys? It is Nick, and today I'm going to be bringing you the best $800 gaming build that money can buy you today. It's going to destroy all games at 1080p and even most at 1440p. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. So to begin, let's start with the CPU. Now I decided to put the i5-6600 in here, not the K version, because the K version signifies that you can overclock with that processor, and with gaming you really don't need to overclock to take full advantage of your CPU. Most of the hardware processing is going to be on your GPU. So that's why I decided to put the i5-6600 in there. You still get the benefits because it is Skylake, and it is really fast at 3.3 GHz, so it's going to be really cool too. Temperature wise when it's running, so it's also a huge pro of that processor. Now let's jump into the motherboard. Now there was a few choices that I could have made here, and because this is an unlocked processor, you don't need a Z170 chipset. A Z170 chipset just adds a bunch of overclocking features and other features that really doesn't complement the 6600 well. So instead I went with the MSI 150B Pro. Now this motherboard is a really awesome motherboard. Has a lot of full features such as dedicated LAN for gaming, and another really cool feature about it is that it actually has RGB lighting on the motherboard that you can change, so it's going to look really cool in your case too. Next up on the list is the RAM. Now this was a pretty straightforward choice, especially with Skylake. I had to go with DDR4, it's kind of the new standard, and I decided to go with 8GB versus 16GB because really right now you're not going to be taking full advantage of 16GB in a system. Maybe down the road you could always upgrade it, but for right now I decided to put 8GB in there of DDR4 G.Skill Ripjaws 5. Really solid RAM. G.Skill is a really good brand, really reliable. Never had any issues building any systems with them. It's clocked at 2400 speed, so it's going to be really fast as well. For storage, I decided to put in a standard 1TB Seagate Barracuda hard drive. It's going to be a 7200 RPM hard drive, so it's going to be fairly fast. You'll be able to store all your Steam games, all your programs. Overall, it's going to be a solid drive. One upgrade I'd suggest is putting in an SSD later on, but at $800, it's pretty tight to fit in the best gaming specs for this size build, so that's why I went with a 1TB. So speaking of gaming, the most important part of any gaming PC is going to be the GPU. Now with this guy, I put it in the XFX R9 390. Now if you're not really familiar with graphics cards, it's about equivalent to the 970 from Nvidia over on the green side. But this guy is a little bit more powerful and it packs in double the RAM. I'll throw up some benchmarks too. It's a really awesome card. If I were to buy a card right now in this price range, it would definitely be the 390. Also, a benefit with this card is when you go AMD and you eventually want to upgrade your monitors to FreeSync, they're a lot cheaper than NVIDIA G-Sync. Overall, the R9 390 is just a really solid card. XFX is a really good brand. They're not as popular as Sapphire, for example, or PowerCooler, but XFX is a really good brand and I really trust them, so that's why I would suggest it in this build. And for the price, you really can't beat it, especially with the holiday sales going on right now. To power this beast, I decided to put in a Corsair Builder 600 watt 80 plus bronze. It's a really simple power supply. It's very highly rated with 80 bronze. Overall, it's just a solid, reliable power supply. Nothing too fancy here. You really don't need 600 watts in this system, but it was on sale and it was cheaper than the 500 watt one, so why not? And yeah, just overall really good build quality of the PSU, so that's why I went with it. Now when it comes to a case, I personally put in the NZXT S340. It's a really popular case, really sleek looking, really good airflow. Just overall, NZXT makes really nice cases, steel construction, so it's going to be really solid. This is just what I personally went with. This is a little bit up to what you guys like personally. Some may like smaller cases or black cases, but right now I put in the S340 from NZXT. It's a really solid case and I highly recommend it. I've been seeing a lot of builds with it and they just look absolutely killer, especially with the red RAM and the red motherboard. It just absolutely complements this build completely, and yeah, overall really good solid choice. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed and got some really good tips out of this guide. It's a really awesome build. It really is the ultimate $800 build. I can't think of anything else I'd want to change to it to make it even faster. That as is, it's going to be absolutely killer. It's going to destroy all games at 1080p. Most games at 1440. Just a really killer build for January 2016. Prices are great right now. I highly suggest buying Skylake. Overall, it's going to be a really killer build. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more videos like this, feel free to comment below. Maybe do a suggestion. Maybe you want to see another MITX, maybe a ATX-E, a huge build, or something interesting. Tell me what you guys want to see. But hit the like button if you liked it, disliked if you dislike it, and yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Peace out.